Good afternoon. Today is December 6th, 2022. So, I wanted to give an update on what's going on. And the title is true. Decided to build my own house and live off the grid. Now, how is this going to happen? It's going to happen over time. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen over a period, I'm thinking a year or two. I don't know yet. But I need to start researching and finding a lot of things, a lot of things I want to do. And that also goes upon the number two aspect that I want to do is I want to investigate technologies that are alternative and different. And this is all based upon the rabbit hole I go. I mean, I'll say it. I went down the rabbit hole of the Agent Apocalypse, and it re-sparked a lot of information in my brain that I've collected over many years. And I've discovered that there is a possibility that I could do this, and that is the most important thing to me now. What do I want to do? I want to basically, I just want to live my life in peace and quiet. And to do that, I decided that, you know what, I'm done. Thanksgiving was very interesting for me, and it put a lot of things and framed them a certain way. I don't want to deal with the insanity that's around me anymore. And I just want to live a happy life and just go on. I have so many things that are more important. I am still continuing to do very deep breathing and healthy things for myself, listening to music, watching old movies, enjoying writing, reading, doing little experiments. I have my book here, my idea book, and I have literally been writing it since the 28th of November. And I've written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages of ideas. And it all has to do with the things that I want to explore based upon the shows I've seen and the articles I've read regarding ancient technology. And again, I'm not talking about anything way out there. I'm talking about things that were abandoned for other things else. Just like Betamax and VHS, you had DVD or HDVD and Blu-ray. The older technologies, they're not bad, they just weren't commercially used. So I'm going to start looking at things that are not commercially available, build my own things, build and enjoy, engineer things, figure things out, try things out. That is now what I want to do. And the way to test these things is, of course, by living those things. So that's why this whole idea came to me now. Because I envision, and again, this is today. I've only been doing this for 7 days. And the idea of me building a house and living there off the grid is just something I came up with last night. So I have been doing other things. I'll just let you know what I've been exploring. And again, I'll just say this right now. A lot of things are, Tesla has inspired me as well. Not Elon Musk, Nikola Tesla. So what I have here in my notebook was the whole idea of energy. What is energy? What is it? And I've had a lot of speculation in regards to what is matter, what is the universe made of, what surrounds us, and I have speculated and come up with some ideas, and I have not only tested them, but I did research them. I said, if you have X and Y, and I think Z happens, sometimes I'll be proven right, sometimes I'll be proven wrong, or I'll be proven, okay, you're almost there, do this. So I've been watching videos, reading journals for the last 7 days, and I have some notes in regards to energy. Unleashing the power of quartz crystals, and you're going to start thinking woo woo. No, there is power within quartz crystals that can be removed from it. And I've been learning. Well, I've been going down that path and understanding that and how it can be done, because it happens all the time. Your electric lighter, when you click it, that is a quartz reaction to cause fire. There's no battery in there. What's doing it? That's electric by quartz. So then it came into the whole idea of going down the quartz route and finding out that quartz vibrates at a certain frequency. Why does it do that? So then I went down the idea of frequency, how important that is, because I love music and how important pitches and tones are, and how they relate to healing, sound therapy, and all that stuff. Then I went off a tangent of symmetry, tiling, supersymmetry, how to, again, even the Mandela effect, theoretically, by infinite possibilities, infinite universes. And then ancient technology with the crystals, going back again. Because again, I love to understand and read and find the connections. So I'm going to be writing all this stuff down. These are just my initial brainstorming notes. You're seeing this in real time happening here, and I'm just doing this off the cuff because I want to start that engagement, that conversation regarding this. And then, of course, I want to build resonators. I want to understand that. I want to understand about magnetics, magnetism, other materials that are out there. Because again, I haven't written down here. I have not written this down. I'm about to say this live. The idea of alchemy can, and you think immediately, oh, that's hogwash. It's all this. But again, what happens is you had people that wanted to go out for profit, basically saying I could make gold by mixing certain metals, and some did that and you made a profit because they were being, mischievous and malicious against people against them. But again, some of those alloys proved very valuable and had very practical purposes. So that's what I want to understand. A lot of those were dropped because, well, that's fool's gold, or it's this and that, or you think it's that, but it's not really that, and they just drop it. But the alloys themselves, the properties that they contain, are important. And that's what I want to investigate. And then the whole idea of flexibility, the idea of getting myself a 3D printer and a CAD machine and building things that are bendable, that are compliant, that last a long time out of the composites, the materials we have now. And the other thing here is I don't want to buy any of this stuff. I want to basically either build it and utilize things out there. Because if I'm going to be utilizing things to build in a 3D printer, I want to make sure that those things that I am taking them, it's not from a new resource, it's an old resource. I am reusing something, recycling it. In a way, I don't like the word recycling. I'm repurposing. Repurposing is very important to me. That's what we should be doing in this world. And then I went down the path of gears and ratios and how things can done, the flywheel that got me down to building clocks and how those things work. And then that led me to Tesla. And then basically how I can utilize the idea, well, it's very simple. Let's see what we can do. And I went down the whole idea of perpetual motion machines and how those work, and then that they can't work. But again, that is down. What's the misnomer? The misnomer is, of course, a perpetual motion machine does not work. You can't have something that runs forever. But the idea of using that motion to effectively do something, even though it may run out over time, is fine. Case in point, the grandfather clock, or clocks that have the weights that drop down over time. That is using gravity as a battery for the clock. That's basically what it's doing. That's what a pendulum does. It regulates the time and makes it ticks. That's the gear. And as the weight of that's naturally there drops, then it rotates the clock. And that can be done with even with a battery, even with hydro, with water. You can do these things. So that's why it got down to, well, if I can do that, then let me try this. Then I need to, if I need to test this, I need to be near water. If I'm near water, I need to live near water. Well, then if I'm living near water, then why not just utilize this? So that's where it got down to the fact that that'd be really nice to need to do. To be off the grid completely and design and do stuff and build and learn things and just have fun for the rest of my life doing these things that bring me joy and excitement. I want to do these things because I used to do that. I used to take apart radios and equipment. My grandfather worked on vacuum cleaners, so I did the same thing. I fixed televisions, radios, telephones. I used to want to know what's inside and how they work. And I just stopped that aspect and went to music. But now, you know what? It's time to have that practical knowledge come back. And I remember that because I remember that one thing, or two things I should say. My mother made my clothes for me when we were younger. My father would do work in the shop. He had a little wood shop and he did things. So that's important. I'm going to do that. But that's the whole idea. I've been looking about here building an engine, how I can get it done, how I can utilize nuclear reactions, and how I can create that, as well as building an oscillator, using turning systems to do things, and then going into advanced math to try and figure things out, to put the equations together. Because again, I want to find out how I can create energy, not free, but from things that are around us. Because again, we can pull energy from the sky. And again, I've tested it and it can be done. From the air, from the wind, and it's more. You can gain power from that. So that goes by, again, a lot of different things that I've been studying and understanding. I want to know more about engineering, about piezoelectric materials, diamagnetic materials, things like that, and how they can be utilized and formed into different things that can be helpful for humanity, because that's the end of the I want to do. And the last thing that I've been wanting to understand, and again, I haven't found this yet, but I want to look it up. It is organic engineering. I want to understand the structures of molecules, chemicals, the structures of trees, structures of animals. Why are they constructed the way they're constructed? Why is a tree in the shape of a tree? And I already know the answer. I did the study. I looked it up. But that comes back to the idea of how to transfer energy from one phase to another. How to convert energy from one phase to another organically. We do it all the time. How can I do it? How can we do it mechanically? Or how can it be done gravitationally? Or how can it be done via wind power? How can it be done via light? How can it be done geothermically? How can it be done again, the catalyst is nature. Gas, wind, air, sun, petrochemicals, chemical reactions too cause these things. That's the power, that's the energy. How it's utilized, the efficiency is what I want to go for in the engine, or the way that it is transferred from natural into something that I can be utilized by me, or I can do it. In turn, the structures, how to build a building. And I've done this. I've done the analysis, and and again, here's the thing. If I have an idea of something, I prove it, and someone already did it, that doesn't mean that I'm late to the party. It means I have now understood how it's done. I learned how it was done. I put it together. And then someone else has done it, then fine, I learned from them. What did I do wrong? What did you relearn. It's fundamentals. And that's the whole idea. I want to understand that. I want to discover things and utilize math in the way that it can help humanity, help myself. So like I said, here's the thing. If you don't know this mathematics, then it's going to be to your detriment. I want to see if I can utilize the efficiency of a tree to get more solar efficiency, and that's possible because of the fact of the Fibonacci sequence, the way the spiral of a rose, the spiral of a nautilus, the distribution of branches on a tree is not random. There is a sequence to it. There's a mathematical sequence to it, and it's all throughout nature. And then if you use that sequence to create a tree, but of solar panels, they is more efficient because nature does it better. That's the whole idea. I want to mimic and review, see nature and see how we can improve, or how I can improve that by that. It's very simple. Again, my eyes are opening up on different aspects, and I want to investigate these things. Organic engineering, organic math, what the mathematical things are, or architectures, structures. Why is an anthill the shape of an anthill? Why are things the way they're? Why is the again the whole idea of that? Like, why is a honeycomb shaped like a honeycomb? Again, there is a method there. There is a science behind these things. And that's why you want to investigate these things, understand these things. That comes with shapes, understanding of your surroundings, how to view nature and see things. And then again, the answers are all there. You need to figure them out, and the patterns of those repeat over and over again. So, the last thing I'll leave you with here, a lot of these things that may sound woo are not. They are practical. They do work, and I'm going to investigate them. And again, I will show you my successes and my failures in regards to everything I'm doing. But I've also been looking at complementary machines myself. This is my own speculation. And then again, I put down here building my own home with a garden. Then I said, well, I don't want a garden. What do I want? A garden, yeah. But I don't want a garden. I want it to be encased. I want to have a greenhouse. I wanted to have an area where I could put other things in. And that all comes with access to food. What do I want to do? I need fish. That's why water is important. That's why a reservoir is important. Things of that nature. And trees around. Comfort. That's in that nature. So that's what I've been doing, talking about it. I still have a lot more here, and it's just very, very interesting that I want to do. But I just want to give a little brief video of it. But that's what I'm going to do. I want to work on a house and start that whole process. But again, it's not just about the house. It's about the next journey for me, and I want to take that on with us and see what it brings us. So we'll talk to you soon, guys. Talk to you soon.